A project manager is like a doctor who leads the trauma team and decides the course of action for a patient, both at the same time. Without the right kind of authority to efficiently handle all the project management issues, development teams can easily go into trouble. In late 1980s, project Microsoft was launching an ambitious project and had run into a problem. There were too many players involved. There were teams from marketing, engineering, and the business end, and no one knew how to coordinate all of them. So Microsoft came up with what was then an engineering solution. They picked one person to take charge, who would be given sufficient authority to organize and coordinate their new project. Once the Microsoft appointed a dedicated leader, everything went smoothly and the teams were much happier with the work dynamics. Eventually, Microsoft made this new role a staple for all their projects as the project manager was born. We need to identify the roles and responsibilities of the project manager first to discuss the difference between project manager and a line manager. The first role or responsibility of the project manager is to plan the activity and resources. Planning is an instrument for meeting project deadlines. Many projects fail due to poor planning. They then create, first and foremost, good project managers define the project scope, determine available resources. Good project managers know how to realistically set time estimates and evaluate team or team capability. Then they create a clear and concise plan to both execute the project and monitor its progress. Organizing and motivating a project team is the second task. Good project managers don't get their teams bogged down with elaborate spreadsheets, long checklists, and whiteboards. Instead, they put their team front and center. They develop clear, straightforward plans that stimulate the team to reach their full potential. Controlling the time management is the most obvious task in project manager. Clients usually judge a project's success or failure whether on the basis whether it has been delivered on time or not. Therefore, meeting deadlines is non-negotiable. Project managers know how to set realistic deadlines. Then they are required to define the activity, sequence the activity, estimate duration of activity, develop a schedule, maintain a schedule, then cost estimates. Then ensuring the customer satisfaction is one of the most important tasks in that. Project is only a success if the customer is happy. One of the key responsibilities of every project manager is to minimize uncertainty, avoid unwanted surprises, and involve their clients in the project. The bigger the project is, the more likely there are to be hurdles and pitfalls that weren't part of the initial plan. Hiccups are inevitable, but good project managers know how meticulously and almost intuitively identify and evaluate potential risks before the project begins. Progress monitoring is another key task. Project managers and their teams have clear vision and high hopes on the producing the desired results. However, the path to finish line is never without some bumps on the way when things don't go according to plan. Project managers need to monitor and analyze the long-term picture and review performance. But as far as line manager is concerned, line manager is a full management role. It does performance reviews with input from project managers. Resources usually spend most of the time on operational works and little time on temporary full time on projects as they occur. The organization structure includes the role of project manager. Many companies are close to this part of the system. The project manager is responsible for to produce the outcomes but does not have the formal authority over the staff that the line manager has. Line manager's role is mostly to support project staff. You may see line managers being split up by job skills, engineering teams, software development teams, support teams, etc. It is focused more on developing this specific skill set and caliber of employees. It may arrange a group of training sessions related to their disciplinary goals. Many still do administrative management functions like time cards, vacations, times, staffing, coordination, planning, taking into various forms of the project. Without a strong matrix, you may see the formation of something like a JD council, otherwise known as a PMO. Many project managers report to one functional manager. That person is the functional manager for all the project managers. Hence, you can start looking at the effort or effectiveness of sharing information as the best practice. Project managers employees to project manager employees report directly and project managers have the full authority. Line manager role may be transferred to the project manager as they still exist. They are still focused mostly on staffing, coordination, planning, taking into taking input from project, ensuring the staff are covered adequately in the future. In most companies, there are multiple functions or departments. Even in IT industry, the technical department is further segregated into application, support, infrastructure, software division, hardware, network division, and so on. Every project involves both internal and external stakeholders. In case of